Hello and welcome back to Europe 1100, and, well, as you can see, we do have our allied army attempting to take this castle here. Now, here's the problem. I actually wanted to take this, because this is pretty obviously, you know, that's pretty much what you would want, because it's right next to Galway, so, you know, I mean, why wouldn't you, right? However, these fellows seem to have a different perspective, shall we say. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to wait, alright? I'm just going to wait and see what actually happens here, because these guys are obviously going to take their sweet time in doing whatever they need to do. And if there is an enemy that wants to come along and say hello to my garrison over there in my town, then I'll obviously go over there and try to stop them. So let me just take a quick look at my skills. And let me take a quick look at my party. We do have a couple of people that can actually join us right here. Actually, I do think that increase of prisoner recruitment is actually working. Which I gotta say, I am infinitely pleased about, because as I said to you in the previous episode, I was very worried about that, to be honest. Okay, so, are they actually gonna do something? Because here's the thing, if they... this is gonna be a bit of a tough one, isn't it? Yeah... I don't know whether I should even bother or whether I should just go over there to the other castle, because they don't seem to really be doing much, as you can see. They're not actually doing anything really useful. Okay, you know what? I'm literally just going to leave them to it. I'm going to see how many they actually have available. Oh, they only have 200 here. We might be able to do this ourselves. I mean, you could see that we already kind of outgunned them, so to speak. But my engineering skill is just awful. It just is, you know. It is literally just awful. So the only thing that we can really hope for is... Oh dear. There's a vassal there, and she's actually gathering an army right now as well. That's really bad. Okay, we might have some issues. Oh, Matilda is now pregnant? Okay. That might actually be relatively decent, just in case we actually do end up getting killed. Because that has happened a number of times before. So, have to be a little bit careful about that. Ah, yes, she was actually able to capture someone as well, so that's not very good. Yeah, some of my people are actually getting themselves taken prisoner, which is pretty bad, actually. That is pretty bad. Ah, the castle has been taken. Oh, now that's wonderful. There's an offer of peace. Oh dear. I hope that we're not going to get the peace agreement coming through. Okay, we're going to vote for the new owner. And it's going to be me, please. Please. Oh, 37% chance. I'm going to try. Yes, there we go. We actually did get it. Okay, that's fantastic. Alright, that is exactly what we wanted. Even though, to be fair, I'm not sure if I really care too much about... No, don't take the... Oh, are you serious? Okay, well, he's taken command of the siege from me, as you can see right there. And the castle that I have just been awarded, and that I've just spent a whole bunch of influence on, is now being besieged. So I'm wondering what you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm literally going to leave here, and I'm going to go over there and defend it, because this guy is literally just being absolutely hilariously stupid. I don't know what he's doing. And... well, I don't know whether I want to know what is in his head right now. But as you can see, we should probably do this instead, because otherwise we're going to lose the castle. It's going to be a case of, you know, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Don't really want to do that. So we are going to do this very differently. We're going to try and achieve victory with minimal casualties here. And then hopefully we'll be able to go on to the nearby castle, which of course we were the ones besieging first. And hopefully we'll be able to help them out a little bit there. I would like to head into a siege, because I find sieges actually quite fun. Especially when we have a relatively decent amount of, well, mobility, shall we say. Because obviously my athletic skill is not great, but I feel pretty light on our feet right now. So, you know, it's okay, you know, it's okay. And maybe I can do a little bit of damage with my bow here as well, just to kind of level it up somewhat. Ooh, nice hit. That was actually kind of surprising that I hit something there. Oh yeah, and we did get to 75 in bows actually, so we already have enough. to be able to use the noble bow, which is wonderful. But the noble bow is very expensive, so it might be one of those things that we just kind of put off for a little bit, because it might be a bit too expensive for us at the moment. Maybe. I don't know. And thank you very much, by the way, to those of you in the comments that actually told me about a bunch of really, really good maces that I could potentially make at the smithy. Gonna look out for those. Gonna try, if I can, to look out for those. Maybe I can get a... I don't know, maybe I can get a smithing companion or something like that. Because that might be somewhat useful. Do we have anyone charging right here, or is it just me? No. Okay, what's actually going on with my forces right now? Did I actually tell my infantry to go over there? Because I thought I told my cavalry to go over there. Alright. Well, seems like there might have been a bit of a miscommunication, but we are eliminating them, which is all that really matters. Nice. We're getting so many really, really solid hits here.
Sergeants in charge! Troops, the infantry forward!
There we go. That is exactly what I was waiting for right here, for these guys to start scattering. And now we can charge our cavalry in. Let's charge our infantry as well. And yeah, that is exactly what I was hoping for right here, because I really don't want to just charge my cavalry in to some random location and have all these enemies with their spears and thrown weapons be prepared for us. That's just going to do way too much damage, unnecessary damage, that we don't necessarily even need to bother with, you know? We can play it strategically, you know? We don't have to brute force it, although to be fair, I am actually having some pretty big issues here. Surprisingly enough, I'm quite weirded out by that fact, because you can see here that we're actually losing a lot of troops. I don't know why. Because technically, if they have broken formation, which is exactly what they did, we should have a much easier time than not. But as you can see, we did actually... Oh, no, wait, no, it's mostly the garrison. Alright, it's mostly the garrison that was actually losing troops. So maybe I don't need to worry about it too much. But, oh well. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, obviously we don't want the garrison to lose troops either. Anyway, there we go. We do get the opportunity to take him prisoner. I think I am probably going to be doing that. Should I? That's the thing. Okay. On the one hand, I think to myself, if we let him go, we're going to have more opportunities to potentially persuade him in the future. Maybe he's going to be more likely to join us. Very much depends, of course. But if I take him prisoner, he's not going to be on the battlefield to be annoying. That's the only thing. I think that's the thing. We're more talking about the short term or the long term. I think personally, for me, I'd like to play a little bit more on the long term. So I'm going to let him go. I'm going to let her go as well. I'm not best pleased about doing that, but yeah, you got to kind of weigh things up a little bit here and just kind of make the best decision that you can at the time. And that's kind of what I'm attempting to do now. Anyway, there we go. We've got some additional troops right here. And we've got a lot of loot still. And yeah, I think Galway doesn't even have a huge amount of money, unfortunately. So it is going to take us quite some time to offload all of this stuff. And I do have a lot of food as well. I should probably get rid of some of that food, to be honest. Okay, so the castle. Let's take a look at the castle right now. Okay, so the castle is not doing great, as you can quite clearly tell. I'm going to try to increase its loyalty, because I would like to try to get the construction a little bit higher, just so that it can actually complete projects faster. I know that, as far as I'm aware at least, castles cannot rebel unless they've changed that. So because they can't rebel, it actually doesn't matter what their loyalty is at. However, obviously it does kind of matter if you want them to complete construction of various things. So that's the reason why I'm gonna try to, you know, prioritize that a little bit more here. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, this is actually relatively good. Actually, you know what? Never mind. I take it back. I think that this was a good strategic move right here. Because as you can see, these villages are cut off from the majority of the rest of the land and the territory right here. Because the castle is the main thing that people come to. So it's highly unlikely that enemies are going to go over to the village unless they specifically want to raid them. They're not going to, you know, just pass by and then be like, oh yes, I think I will attack that over there, you know. I think that's really, really cool, actually. So I take it back. I think that the AI did a relatively good job of choosing the target, shall we say. Anyway, let's take a look here. Yeah, they have 22,000. All right, so that should be enough for me to sell some stuff here. I'm going to sell some of this meat. Gonna sell some of the grain, and we've got 70 days. Oh, okay, 70 days worth of food. So let's get rid of some of these things. Yeah, we've just got so much stuff right now. What about saddles? I'm assuming we have a huge amount of saddles. Yes, we do. Okay, is there actually anything here? Like, for example, is there a noble bow? No, there isn't. Ugh. You know, that's exactly the kind of purchase that I really would like here. But unfortunately, I'm not getting very lucky on that. I could get the stacked bodkin arrows, which would give me 3 arrows per quiver extra. But that's very limited. That's a very limited thing for me to do. It doesn't really give me that much benefit at all. You know, 6 arrows total increase. Not really going to do much for me. What about body armor? No, I've already taken a look at this, as you can see. And this is all very, you know, mediocre stuff. Nothing really amazing there. So, okay, well, we're just going to have to do this. There we go. Let's take a look at the town real fast. Okay, yeah, look at this. We're actually doing very, very nicely right here. And what I am going to have to do is I will go for the fairgrounds. That is going to reduce my loyalty by -2 every single day, actually. And it's going to take 29 days. Oh, no, that's terrible. Alright, well, it's going to take 29 days. Hopefully, we're going to be able to sustain ourselves. This is exactly the reason why I love forgiveness of debts. Forgiveness of debts is such an amazing policy. It really, it's just such, it just takes a huge load off your mind. You don't have to worry about it at all. You know, it's so much easier. Anyway, I'm joining the siege purely for the fact that I want to get engineering skill for no other reason. That's it. Let's see what happens here. Oh, what actually happened here? Ah, Mr. Ironbelly won the tournament. Oh, okay, nice. His steward skill has now increased to 20. That might be the reason why he's not doing a particularly good job of being a governor, because he literally just has a super small amount of steward skill and or engineering skill as well, because they need, as far as I'm aware at least, they need engineering and steward to be the most effective that they can be. But maybe he's going to level it up, who knows? Maybe he'll level it up and maybe we'll actually see him start to, you know, come into his own as a governor in his own right. Ah, this is a very, very dark siege. I'm gonna make this lighter in editing. If you, well, if you see it get brighter around about now, then hopefully that's gonna, you know, help you to see. Oh, yeah, as you can quite clearly tell, point proven. I can't even see these obstacles in front of me right now. So, hopefully you're gonna be able to see a little bit more than I am. And yeah, this is a bit unfortunate that we didn't destroy one of these walls, but we did destroy the other one. So we should be able to get in there without too many issues. Penetrate the enemy. Make sure that we go in hard and fast. And wait a minute. Are you serious right now? Are the walls not actually down? Because as far as I'm aware, there was one wall that was completely destroyed, and the other one had about 30 or 40% remaining on its HP, but from what I'm seeing here, that is not the case. There are 2 sets of ladders that are still set up. That is very weird. Okay, I actually have no idea what's going on with that. Alright. I guess I will just make my way up here. And we'll just bonk someone if they attempt to take the ladder down. Okay, yeah, let's just stand up here and we'll just bonk them. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a problem, isn't it? Yeah, maybe. Shields! Shields! Yes! So many shields! Overly defensive! Yes! Oh, yeah, we love that. Alright, so yeah, anyway. Thankfully, they are now dead. And hopefully my forces will be able to now start leaking inside. And hopefully we can then eliminate a couple more here as well. I'm going to get absolutely murdered by the ranged troops, as you can see. There's a whole bunch of them over there. That's kind of the reason why I was actually really hoping that they would take down the walls, but for some reason they didn't. I don't actually know. That's a bit weird. I could swear that I saw on the campaign map that the walls were down, or at least one section of the walls. Look at how amazing this mace is. This is such an amazing weapon. It really is. It's so funny as well, because this is literally just a sledgehammer. It's like... it's a construction weapon. I mean, really. It's not supposed to be used as a weapon, but we are using it dramatically well. That just goes to show, I guess. It just goes to show that if there is a weapon that has decent traits and attributes to it, because this thing, it's hitting hard. And you wouldn't expect it to hit so hard, right? You know, it's, as I said, it's a tool, you know, it's technically a tool, and it's very, very cheap in comparison to most of the weapons that you can find in the game. Ones that are actually going to do around the same amount of damage. You know, it's actually astounding. Can I actually hit one of these guys from here? Yes, I can. Ah, what a classic. Oh well, never mind. I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to hit a couple more there, but I should really just get out my mace and just do massive cleave damage. Even though, hilariously enough, the mace isn't even... I mean, technically, from a realistic perspective, I don't think it would be possible to actually hit multiple targets with it. Yeah, well, at least it would be a little bit more difficult to hit multiple targets than with a sword, for example. I think a sword would be the ideal cleave weapon, followed by an axe, of course. Maybe an axe that's kind of like a larger battle axe kind of thing, with a bigger blade. But the sledgehammer has a very small, you know, actual attacking part. So it's much more difficult to actually make that hit multiple targets. But apparently it does have that attribute for some reason. Anyway, there you go. That was a wonderful, wonderful siege. Really nice and smooth, actually, surprisingly enough. Because I thought to myself, oh, the walls are down. That means that I'm going to be, you know, going in there really, really easily. And then when I saw that they weren't down... well, that really put paid to that, didn't it? Yeah, that was actually very sad. Anyway, here we go. Okay, so we've taken it. Now, I am actually going to be voting for myself once again. I want to try to maintain the consolidation of this territory right here. And I'm very much going to try to get claim over Waterford as well. If I can. It's highly unlikely that that's going to happen, because let's face it, the Scottish are really not going to want to give me multiple fiefs in the same area, in my opinion. I think they're probably going to give someone else. I almost already lost the previous vote, so it is not going to be that likely. Anyway, we're going to be taking Surging Blow here, because that's going to give me plus 30% damage bonus from speed while on foot. And for me personally, I don't think Braced is that good. I don't know about you, but I have never, ever died from charge damage from an enemy. I've never died from that, and I don't even see the enemy doing this that often. So, for me personally, Surging Blow is just an amazing, amazing perk. It does so much damage if you can actually get a decent amount of athletics skill, because obviously it's based on your movement speed. So if you get good athletics skill, or you are wearing relatively light armor, you are going to be doing so much more damage than if you didn't have it. So I personally really, really like that. And hopefully it's going to actually help us to do more damage with our sledgehammer as well. And yeah, so what we're going to do now is we're obviously going to be voting for the castle. Am I on this? I am on this. Oh, look at that. I can actually get it. Oh, that's funny. All right. Oh, I'm so greedy right now. I am so greedy right now. This is not a good idea. This is not a good idea for me to take all of these, but I feel like it is my duty to do so. Because if I don't, you know what's going to happen? They're literally going to be the most useless people in the world. They're probably just going to be like, yes, you know what? I'm just going to leave this and I'm not going to do anything with it. And then it's going to be a huge sad thing. And yeah, it's just going to be very, very annoying. So that's the reason why I'm being a bit careful with this right now. And we are going to go to Waterford, I suppose. We're going to go to Waterford and we're going to see what happens. Actually, you know what? Galway probably does have some money. Yeah, 16,000. Doesn't really have a huge amount, but it's going to have enough for me to sell some of these saddles at least. Maybe we'll sell some of this stuff as well. As you can see, it just goes in a flash. Look at that. Absolutely insane how fast it goes away. Technically, what we could do, if we wanted to level up our troops faster, I'm not entirely sure. Is it worth me doing this? I don't know. Technically, what we could do is this. Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. There is actually something that I can do instead. Let me see here. So I can obviously recruit Irish troops, right? Obviously, that is just a given. Of course, I'm going to be able to because I do, own these villages. And ooh, there's a large army right here. Hello. There's a large army. All right. Let me be a little bit careful. I almost ran into that head first. That would have been very bad. Okay, there we go. Nice. Good amount of troops right there. Okay, so now here's the cool thing. What I can do is I can actually do this. I can literally just give things, away so that I can get some experience for my troops. Obviously, this is, this is a decent way of you making money. But this is also a really good way of leveling up your troops if you have that particular perk available. And apparently I do have that perk, or Matilda has the perk at least, because I don't think I'm the steward, am I? I don't think I'm the steward. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to get these noble troops leveled up really, really quickly here. And there you go. That's it. Done. 16,000 experience. And as you can see, look at that. Every single one of these guys has now leveled up, and we can get them leveled like so. We can get some more spearmen, I think, and there we have it. Look at that. Super, super fast. And that's also a reason why I firmly believe that roguery skill, albeit very, very difficult to level up, it is definitely one of the more difficult, more difficult skills to level up, apart from trade skill, of course. But basically, what you'd want to do is you'd want to try to have a combination of the two things. You want to have someone that has really, really good steward skill, and then you want someone that has a lot of roguery skill. Ideally yourself, obviously. If you can get steward yourself, then by all means. But if you have a companion that's doing it, then make sure that they have this perk, or make sure that they have both of those perks, because there is another perk that allows you to donate weapons as well as armor for experience. And that has a fundamentally crazy effect, because you're going to basically be able to, well, you can pretty much do whatever you want then, because you're going to have so much loot in your inventory, and you're going to be able to level up your army instantly, basically. So even if you were to be in a situation where you would get yourself killed for any reason or another, so you would be completely and utterly defeated. Well, let's face it, it's happened. It's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to any number of people out there. Then, if you have this combination of things, and you have, maybe a lot of loot in your inventory, maybe I don't know, maybe you just lose a siege really, really badly, but you don't get captured. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, if you do get captured, you're going to lose all of your loot. Most of the time, at least. And yeah, so let's just say that you lose, I don't know, 90% of your army in a siege or something like that, and you decide to retreat at the very last moment and you manage to escape. Well, what are you going to do then? well, then you're going to do what I said. You're just going to recruit a bunch of people, and as you saw me actually, provide you the example of as well. And then you can just donate. You can just donate a bunch of armor, a bunch of low-level armor, that is, low-level armor, low-level weapons, and so on. And it's really going to make a huge difference to how fast you're able to get back on your feet, and how fast you can actually do damage again. But look at, I'm actually, what is actually going on here? My archers are amazing? What's happening? I'm super surprised about this, actually. Oh, well, there's Maeve. She's, she got absolutely murdered right there. Oh, yeah. This weapon is, you know what I gotta say? I think this weapon is actually one of my favorites, and I think that's saying something because, I mean, let's face it, this is literally a weapon that you would think is well, I'm not gonna say a joke, because I think that every weapon definitely has a place in the game, and I'm sure, there are uses for every single weapon, I guess. Maybe. Maybe not, maybe not. But the fact is, when you first see this, you think, oh wow, this is a junk weapon, If you've played Warband, then you'll kind of know what's going on with that, because sometimes in Warband, obviously you do have these weapons, like, for example, wooden hammer or something like that. In Bannerlord, wooden hammer, smithing hammer, and so on and so forth. All of that stuff is definitely going to be something that you don't really want to use full time. But the sledgehammer itself has such a unique stat line, and the way that it has the trait to knock people down and to crush through blocks and all that wonderful stuff, it really does make a huge difference. And it's actually super surprising that it does. I wouldn't have expected that in a million years, as I say. I would have definitely expected it to be, just another one of those junk weapons, basically. Anyway, we're going to be taking these, and then we're just going to be donating the rest of the loot, because that's going to give me 5,300 experience for the rest of our troops. And as you can see, they're all leveling up very, very nicely. Yes, indeed. Let's get that guy converted as well. All right. So we're looking pretty nice right now. Okay, yes, so my castle is under siege. That's fine, that's fine. As you can see, my army, or my allied army, is actually responding to this as well. Whoa, that was super fast, actually. I'm really surprised. You know what? I don't even need to fight this. No, I don't even need to fight this. So I'm going to go over to Waterford instead. And we're just going to fight this guy as well, because he's obviously going to come along and basically be like, hello there, I'm a minor faction. I will attempt to murder you and help out, the people that have hired me, I suppose. And yeah, that's exactly what he's attempting to do, but we're not obviously going to allow him to do that. So there you go. This is looking very, very good right now. I'm super, super surprised and actually very pleased that things are going as well as they are, because I was almost certain when we first joined Scotland, I thought to myself, the vassals do seem to be a little bit passive for my liking, and I did actually get to Clan Tier 4 just now, which is wonderful. So that's great. I like that. And yeah, so they do seem to be a little bit passive, and that's what I was really, really worried about, because I was thinking to myself, well, they're never going to help me, They're never going to help me. I'm going to have to do this completely solo, and you never really want to do any of this solo, do you? You always want to have some little bit of assistance, just a little bit of assistance. Nothing amazing, nothing crazy, but just a small amount, just to make sure that you have a little bit of backup here and there. Anyway, this is not going to be good, actually, in my opinion. I feel like me besieging this is actually probably going to backfire. So I think I'm actually just going to move away for the moment. And I'm going to see whether this army comes over here. What about Dublin? How many people does it have there? I don't really want to skip over Waterford, to be honest, because it is, in my opinion at least, much better to take from a tactical, strategic perspective. But at the same time, I can't really do it by myself. So that's obviously going to be a bit of an issue, isn't it? So let's just see how many are actually at Dublin. Whoa, even more? Okay, well, that's not going to work. Okay, well, what about this fellow? Does he want to come over here and actually help me out, or is he just going to be absolutely useless? Right. Okay. Shall we try it? They're going to sally out. This is the main thing that I'm worried about, okay? That's the reason why I'm saying to you right now that I am personally very, very worried about them sallying out, because as you can see, they have a literal 677. They've got a lot of... oh, wait a minute. I paused just in time. Wow, that was actually pretty close. Okay, who does he have here? He actually has... what? Grand Officer of St. Michael? What? Never heard of these. Never seen these before. Oh. Oh, hello. Where are these from? I don't know where these are from, that's for sure. I have no idea. That is... oh, that's actually insane. I wouldn't be surprised if he decides to attack me. Is he? Oh, you decided to make peace? Are you joking? Edgar, what are you doing, sir? Well, now I'm actually kind of sad. Ah, there we go. There is the fellow right there. Is this guy actually a minor faction, or...?
Right, so...
let me have a look. Legion of the Betrayed. Oh, this is just a... oh, okay, I see. This is a reskinned version of the Legion of the Betrayed. That is very interesting. I wonder whether they would be willing to join us, because they have some very, very good units. I can actually attack them right away if I want to, but... yeah, that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Okay, well, he's made peace now, unfortunately, which obviously, as you know, that doesn't really help us much. But it is okay, I suppose, from a building up perspective, shall we say. Because obviously now I'm going to have the opportunity to get my castles in order. A lot of my people are going to be, hopefully, you know, working relatively well together and everything. It's going to take 20 days to actually make the fairgrounds there. Let's go and see what's happening over here. Ooh, wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Lots of stuff just got eliminated. What actually happened here? This was an entire faction. This entire faction got eliminated somehow. How did that happen? Let's have a look. Has anything actually changed in the world, by the way? Because I'm not really keeping up on events at the moment. No, it seems like the Sicilians are still here. The Papal States, they're all, you know, absolutely fine. All right. And then we got Denmark, that's fine. Yeah, they all seem absolutely intact, but, oh, wait a minute. Hello. This faction right here, they might be, wait a minute, they might be doing something. They might be doing something, because look at how massive their territory is. They might actually, yeah, they might actually be doing something, as you can see. Maybe they're going to be expanding or something along those lines. I don't actually know, but I really didn't want to actually make peace. Did he make peace straight away without me seeing it, or did I actually see it and then I just didn't realize? Because I'm wondering how much they are paying us. Okay, so they are paying us 680 tribute per day. I guess that's all right. I was kind of hoping that we could get a little bit more than that, to be honest, because I personally feel like we had them on the run. I don't know. I personally felt that we could probably, you know, squeeze them for a little bit more than what we got, but oh well, never mind. It's fine. Is it though? Not really, but I'm not going to tell him that, okay? I'm not going to tell him that because, you know, we just want to make sure that we don't cause any waves right now. We just want to make sure that he knows that we have his back for any reason. And, well, hopefully he'll declare war relatively soon. I'm going to go into the tournament here. Highland Throwing Axe is just absolutely pointless, but we are going to get 6 renown for it, and I guess that's alright. I mean, it's not amazing. Oh, there is actually a companion in here as well, so I guess that's actually going to be the reason why I do this. Oh dear. Okay, there we go. Whew. Okay. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. I thought to myself, I'm gonna die in the first round of the tournament. No, thankfully not. Nice damage. Yes, dodge that. Thank you. Yes, this guy had no idea what was going on. This guy, oh, he didn't block. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right. All right, here we go, here we go. Oh, what? What is this guy doing? Wow, okay. These guys are somehow, there we go. There's a block. This guy is actually blocking a little bit now. All right, there we go. Otherwise, we seem absolutely fine. Well, obviously my two-handed weapon skill is so much more than it used to be. So my speed of swing is very much making the difference right here. And obviously the fact that my own allies are definitely taking, you know, most of the heat away from me. Oh, that guy had no idea what was going on. And there we go. A nice victory right there. Super nice and easy. Renown gained 6. And we did get, obviously, the throwing axes as well. But that's not really, you know, that's neither here nor there, to be honest. But there it is. All right. So that's going to probably be it for this episode. Because otherwise, I'm going to have to do a little bit of waiting around, I suppose. You know, because obviously we're going to need to build up our castles. That all takes a... well, pretty extreme amount of time, which is a little bit sad, to be honest. I personally would prefer if it didn't, but you know how it is. Anyway, let's get the fairgrounds. Oh, did I not? Was this cancelled? Did this actually get cancelled the last time I was here, or I thought that got cancelled? Oh, that's a bit strange. Or maybe that was over here in Galway. Yeah, no, it was here in Galway that it was actually set up, so I didn't actually set it up before properly. Anyway, yeah, there we go. Okay, that's going to be it for this episode. Hopefully we'll get some more war in the next one after I've waited for quite some time, because it is going to take me a lot of time. Our kingdom will receive 2,600. You see, this is exactly the reason why you can't allow any of the AI to make any decisions at all. They really just... wow, they fumbled the bag pretty hard right here. Oh dear. Oh well, never mind. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.